In today's episode, highway nightmares, road rage, overcorrections, lives saved, and laughing friends are all coming up today on
Bad drivers worldwide, we hope you subscribe.
This Redditor was driving down the Don Valley Parkway when the driver of a Toyota Highlander behind him squeezed between a Subaru and a cement truck before speeding past the Redditor on the left. The Redditor's first thought was that the Toyota was going to cause an accident. Sure enough, a few seconds later, traffic in front of him slowed down, revealing the aftermath of a collision involving the Highlander. Thankfully, from the various news articles, I couldn't find anything related to injuries. After that crash, traffic in the northbound lanes also slowed down. Royal Chef was driving 13 hours after the Toyota crash in the southbound lanes. Suddenly, the Go bus behind him rear-ended a white Mustang that was stopping for traffic. The bus had people on board, but thankfully, nobody was hurt. In Royal Chef's footage, we can actually see the aftermath of the Toyota crash towards the end of the video. What a story! 2 accidents in one day and in the same highway. The driver ahead of this Redditor made a no-signal lane change before speeding up, right into a box truck. Both drivers pulled over while the Redditor continued on his way. Where did this took place? On Highway 401, of course. The driver behind this Redditor was in a big hurry when he tailgated him in the right lane before passing and forcing him to a complete stop. The driver got out of his car, but the Redditor couldn't understand what he was saying because of his music. The Redditor just kept saying to go back to his car. Sure enough, 30 seconds later, he got back in his car and drove off. I guess he lost more time doing this than staying behind the Redditor. Purdue was driving on I-69 North with cruise control on. He was passing a gray SUV on the right when suddenly, the driver began merging into his lane. The SUV hit the left side mirror of Purdue's new car, and the driver didn't seem to notice anything. In fact, they didn't stop. This Redditor may have saved lives. He was driving on I-85 North. Traffic in the passing lane slowed down for 2 cars stopped on the left shoulder. The driver of a Hyundai was using their phone, so the Redditor gave space. The Hyundai swerved, avoiding a collision with traffic. Mexican was driving on Highway 1 in Maine when he was passed by a Subaru. When the driver was about to pass an SUV, the driver began merging into their lane. The Subaru driver lost control and overcorrected, ending up in the grassy median before continuing on their way. Mexican doesn't have any updates. This pickup is owned by this Redditor's wife. See this mailbox? While she was reversing into her driveway, she accidentally hit that poor mailbox. Ouch! That was painful to watch. The Redditor didn't share any other info. Hopefully the mailbox is fixed, and I'm pretty sure it is, since, according to the date, this video was recorded in September. David was driving northbound on the I-65 to I-465 interchange when he and other drivers had to make evasive maneuvers to avoid an SUV driver crossing into his lane and slowing way down. Thankfully, David managed to not collide with the SUV with his GR Corolla. The motorcycle behind David also managed to avoid a collision by coming to a complete stop. In the middle of the night, Laura was awakened by a loud noise. Watch what she saw while reviewing her security camera recordings. Two friends were riding their scooters when one of them stopped on the side of the road. His friend didn't seem to notice him and clipped the back wheel of his scooter. Thankfully, it was only a minor impact, and everyone laughed afterwards.